All three in that front pack have won races this year. Brabham already this month. Veach and Chavez have won a pair each. Chavez also had a race win last year, but lost this one by 6 inches.
He is not going to want to lose that again, and he will fight till the bitter end to make sure that that race win is his this year. He knows he has the car behind him. He's had a very strong car on the road courses and the street circuit so far, and obviously right now he is showing his pace as we see Luis Razia and Jack Harvey fighting it out there for that 5th position.
Razia maintains 4th for the moment. His teammate Harvey giving it a look. The front 5 have separated. 3 more racing together in the back. Let's take a look at this again. On board with Brabham, we're watching the red car. That's Gabby Chavez.
So he does the classical move there, goes to the outside, gets a bit of clean air, that gives him better grip throughout the corner, and then he just chops down on Veach. And you
move
can
over,
see
coming down.
Immediately as Veach tucks in behind, you can see his car move up just half a car width. That is from aero wash. A lot of turbulent air being created by the car in front of you that makes you lose downforce, which is grip.
Harvey is going to try his teammate Razia again. Side by side, doesn't have enough to get it on the low side. Razia hangs on to the spot. But those two are going to lose those front 3 if they continue in this manner.
It just looks like you lose a bit of momentum if you go down to the low side.
Let's go down to the medical center now and hear from Jake Query.
At the Indiana University Health Medical Center here, the emergency medical center, Chase Austin has been released. He is being transported now to Methodist Hospital, but he is awake and alert. He did suffer a fracture to his left wrist, but the good news is Chase Austin is awake and alert. He is being transported from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Never want to hear about someone breaking a bone, but all things considered, with the uncertainty, fantastic news for Chase Austin.
You know, that is a great sigh of relief here as we have just over two laps remaining here in this race. I mean, now we can really focus on the racing, knowing that he is somewhat okay. He's being transported to be seen by some of the best doctors in the country, and now we can get back down to it here as we see Gabby Chavez and Zach Veach. This is what we've talked about. These two guys are fighting it out for the championship. They are not liking each other very much right now.
And keep an eye on that white and red car back there. That's Razia on the low side of his teammate Harvey. Still, 5 drivers have an opportunity to win here at Indianapolis. Matthew Brabham, the grandson of the legendary Sir Jack Brabham, who revolutionized the rear engine cars here at Indianapolis in '61, and his dad Jeff Brabham drove here 10 times and finished as high as 4th. Look at this, Veach and Chavez. Chavez on the red car.
Oh, they are just showing each other up at this point. They're telling each other basically, hey, no, I'm the man. I'm the guy who's going to get this. And at this point, I think we're in for a crazy finish here. Another crazy finish in the Freedom 100 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
The white flag is shown. 2.5 miles to go. At least 5 drivers still in the mix. Veach to the outside of Brabham. Chavez to the inside, and turn number 1 nearly go 3 wide, and the 2 nearly touch, battling for 2nd and 3rd. Veach gets to 2nd.
Oh, but Veach lost ground there to Matthew Brabham. The question is, can Matthew hold this off now by breaking the draft ever so slightly? Look at this. He's going to go all the way down to the bottom side here, trying to break that draft to make sure that no one can get him. As we see Jack Harvey fighting it out as well on board with him. Brabham looks like he has it right now. 2
more turns to go, side by side for 2nd. Chavez on the outside, Veach on the inside. Brabham is the leader in the blue and white car. Matthew Brabham trying to hold off. 1 more corner to go. Gabby Chavez has a run. He lost by 6 inches last year. Chavez to the outside, side by side at the line. It is Gabby Chavez wins the Freedom 100 in Indianapolis by about a foot. 2 years in a row here.
Gabby Chavez, what a well-timed draft there. It looked like he didn't have it, but then he did. That is just spectacular.
It's Chavez, Brabham, Veach, Razia, and Harvey. The front 4 separated by 0.2 of a second. The unofficial difference is 5/1000ths of a second.
And how about this? Belardi Auto Racing. They got their first win in IndyLights here last year. Coming back, they are becoming the kings of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Let's watch it again. Is this not the first lap that Gabby Chavez led?
This might very well have been, and he timed it to absolute perfection. As we see Luis Razia as well. He wants that 3rd spot, not able to get it, but That is the best time draft I have seen in a while, and you know what? He gets redemption here from last year.
He did lead laps earlier in the race. Brabham is doing all he can. This is on board with Brabham.
At this point, there's nothing Brabham could have done except just hold on and keep his foot wooded, which is exactly what he did. And boy, what a finish. I can barely believe we saw such a close finish yet again.
And I wonder if that limiter just came into play there. You heard Brabham hit the limiter, and that seemed to just slow him just enough so Gabby could get a foot on him.
Exactly, so crucial here. Every little bit at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is crucial in getting the car right, not just with the balance of the car, but as you say, with the gearing as well.
So unofficially right now, it looks like Veach and Chavez are tied for the championship, but that doesn't matter right now. Gabby Chavez is at victory lane at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going to hear from the winner and more coming up in just a moment. And back to IndyCar with the pit stop competition. Stay with us from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on NBCSN. Well, last year, Gabby Chavez, and in our pre-race show, said losing this hurts so much. He lost by 6 inches. This time around, he wins by, oh, that's a good 2-3 feet. Last year, point 0026, 26 ten-thousandths. This year, the difference, 5 thousandths of a second. Another fantastic finish in IndyLights presented by Cooper Tires at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here is the unofficial final tally of the Freedom 100. Chavez, Brabham, Veach, Razia, and Harvey. The top 5 down to victory lane with Jake Query.
For the second straight year, the Freedom 100 comes down to the last line before the yard of bricks. And Belardi Autosport wins again, this time in the form of Gabby Chavez. And Gabby, congratulations. I guess after last year you thought, I like those close finishes, but I'm not going to have the same result this time.
Oh, man, being in the number 5 car this year, which is the one that beat me last year, now I know how he did it. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the team. We had a rough weekend last race here in Indy, and to bounce back with a win in the biggest race of the season, nothing better.
Okay, so you say you know how Dempsey did it a year ago, and you know how Gabby Chavez did it this year. So tell us all, how did both of you do it? Take me through that pass.
Oh, man, I was just in the right moment, in the right position. I tried getting around Zach for second, I think with 2 or 3 laps to go, tried to position myself to get around Matt in the last lap. And Zach had a good counterattack, so I just said, you know what, I got to go for both of them on the last lap. It's gonna have to happen just on the last lap. And I was able to pull it off. Man, I was sawing at the wheel those last 2 corners because, you know, the outside of this track doesn't have that much grip, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the team. You know, Belardi Auto Racing, they got me in the car this year, and they deserve this as much as I do.
When you pulled in, I noticed that you kissed your hands and pointed to the sky about 5 different times while you pulled in to celebrate. What did go through your mind realizing you're a winner at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
Oh, man, it's just, you know, with the rough last weekend, race weekend that we had here, I just realized that I let the results get to me. I let my passion be driven by results and not by the love for the sport and how happy I am when I drive a car. And this weekend I told my engineer, I told the whole team, you know, we got to come in here and most important, we got to have fun. We've got to have fun and work hard, and that's just going to deliver the results. And I'm so happy, you know, I put my faith, you know, in the man upstairs, and I'm happy he came through with me.
Why don't you look upstairs right here? You're at victory lane at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Gabby Chavez, the winner of the Freedom 100, the Firestone, or the IndyLights, excuse me, presented by Cooper Tires.
How cool is that? Victory lane in Indianapolis. Gabby Chavez was born in Columbia. He has spent most of his life in the Florida area in Fort Lauderdale. He is just 20 years old, and there is the photo finish. Gabby Chavez wins for the 3rd time this season. And let's take a look at the championship now, because it is tight, and obviously it could not be any tighter at the top.